Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy, the Fantasy Boy. Um, and today I'm just giving y'all my topic on homosexuality. You know, it's funny because I'm a gay black man myself, and I don't think it's right, for somebody to be hated for what they do. Everybody's their own person, and whatever you choose to do, that's your business. Why is the next man, the next woman worried about what you doing, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what that's basically what my topic is gonna be about today. Um, let's see, homosexuals. Um, Me personally, I've been gay since I was 14 years old. And I know, it's a lot of homosexuals, it's a lot of homophobic people out there, and that's probably gonna read this and you know what I'm saying, that's probably gonna rate this badly, but who cares? You know, who cares? Anyways, what I'm basically going to discuss with you about is there are actually probably more homophobic people. No, no, no. Get that straight. Get that straight. There's actually probably more homosexuals in the world than straight people. Right. So therefore, why are you worried about what she doing, he doing, they doing, what I'm doing? Is it any of your business? Hmm. Is it any of your business about what I'm doing, where I'm doing, and who I'm doing it to? No, it's not. So why are you focused on me? You know what? We always got something to say about somebody. We always got to make comments. We all gotta make judgments. But you know what I'm saying? But we don't, as people, as human beings. I'm talking about black, white, Asian, Mexican, Latino, you name it. I'm talking about this is not just for black people. This is for human beings. Period. You know, why do we have to be ignorant with it and be like, ooh, I don't like homosexuals, or ooh, they nasty, ooh, this, ooh, that. But think about it. If we always saying ooh, this and that, and we hate gay people, let's think. Maybe you might be gay. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought about that? You know what I'm saying? And I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube where people saying homosexuality is wrong, homosexuals are going to hell, homophobic. But we don't realize that we sin every day. We sin every day, whether it's gay or not gay. We sin in some type of way of every day. You know what I'm saying? We sit here and we got to make comments about my sexuality, my lifestyle. Hmm. Y'all got a lot of nerves out there, you know what I'm saying, for the ones that are homophobic. Y'all got a lot of damn nerves. Because how you gonna sit and talk about what I'm doing, but you yourself ain't no saint. You ain't no saint, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't all holier than thou, you know what I'm saying? And you probably smoke weed, drink, and everything else, you know what I'm saying? But you gonna talk about what I'm doing? I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I was in high school, I was threatened, by words. People like, oh, you fat, you homosexual, I don't like you, get away from me, you probably got AIDS, all this different stuff. Look at me now. I've I've graduated, I'm in college, I'm in school, I'm doing something for myself. And look where them same people at. Them same people, the ones that talked about me, where they at today? In jail, dead, selling drugs, selling rocks. But at least I'm trying to make a positive impact on my life and others. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna call me a fag? But you gonna call me gay? I don't wear wigs. I don't wear drag queens. This is the type of stuff I wear every day. Ain't nothing gay about what I got on. Ain't nothing ain't nothing gay about it, period. So once again, how you gonna talk about my lifestyle and what I'm doing? Okay, there are some people that might think homosexuality is wrong. Some people might be cool with it. Some people might not say nothing about it at all. But who are you to judge? Who are you to judge about with me about what I'm doing? You have no right to even say anything about what I'm doing because you yourself, you sin every day. We sin every day. We was born to sin. So therefore, how you gonna say, oh, I hate homosexuals and I'm gonna beat they, and all that type of stuff? That's ignorant. That's being ignorant, people. We gotta think with our minds. We gotta think with our minds, and we gotta think reality. Be like, okay, if I beat this, if I beat this homosexual up, that's gonna call me a hate crime, and I'm gonna be in jail for some ignorant stuff. People, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I know everybody got their own judgments. Everybody got their own, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own choice. Everybody got their own opinion about what they like and what they don't like. But once again, who are you to judge? You have no right to say anything about anybody because nobody's perfect. Nobody, God created one and one equals all. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to think about that, and I want y'all to leave comments. I want y'all to rate, because the world is getting crazy with all this homophobia. Who cares what somebody doing? Who cares? Who gives a hell? Just do you. Why are you so worried about what I'm doing? Ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So rate the video, comment on it. You know what I'm saying? Leave your thoughts. Please, no negativity. Just, feel free to say whatever, speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to subscribe, rate, do what you gotta do. Just hit me up. I want y'all honest opinion about this video. I want your honest opinion about homosexuality. Because like I was telling you earlier when I first came on, I'm a homosexual man myself. And I'm proud of myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I always wasn't open like this. I was kind of sort of the DL, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. So just subscribe. Alright, peace.